Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is the PoppinCulture podcast. Here with me is my guest, Raphael Wankhede, a great friend, future nurse, and a big Twitch streamer. You can catch him on Twitch as the Blue Warden 2. Raphael, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Anytime, brother.
PoppinCulture is all about pop culture and the people that love it, and we're also about the cultures that influence pop culture. When you think of pop culture, what comes to your mind?
Anything mainstream media, like I usually think about celebrities, their music videos, sometimes movies. But yeah, anything newsworthy that I see on the news.
Nice. Excuse me. Oh, it's okay. I know you're very big on video games,
Yes.
and I thought that'd be a great topic for us to discuss how video games have affected pop culture and just about gaming culture in general. What was your first introduction to video games?
That is a great question. I can't pinpoint it exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was on something called the Nintendo 64 or Sega, one of those. I can't tell you which one it was, but I remember this game called Contra, and it was a shooting game, and I
remember
loved
Contra.
that game so much.
Nice.
But that was the first one.
Nice. Cool. What was your first console?
Well, I want to say it was the 64, but the one that I consistently played and, what I consider my first was the PlayStation. I would say PlayStation 1, but that's not the name for it, so.
Yeah, imagine if Sony was that we know this is going to work.
They had no idea.
We'll call it the PlayStation 1.
Little did they know.
Yeah, we'll make the systems bigger for no reason than small.
We went from a rectangle to a Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, pretty much. Just give us time.
Give it.
Even Xbox didn't know. Xbox was like, you know what, we got lucky the first time. Let's call it 360.
Yeah, Xbox, yeah.
And then we'll slowly just act like we didn't and call it Xbox One.
Yeah. That's
So-
Xbox for you.
Yeah. My first game console was a Sega Genesis.
Okay.
And I never forget one of my biggest memories of having a Sega Genesis was I grew up very religious, and my mom bought us Mortal Kombat, and she didn't know. And for people that don't know, on Sega Genesis had blood, and on the one on Nintendo Entertainment System, that one didn't have blood. So I'm just literally chopping this guy in the neck. And she walks in the room on this big box TV. She's just seeing like red stuff. I mean, it was blood, but back then it was just red sprites, like just shooting at the guy's neck. She's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Your purchase, I guess." I'm 6. I didn't buy this.
Little did you know.
We got this from Sears because Sears used to sell. I'm old.
Sears.
I'm old. But let's say I gotta buy. No, you ain't gonna say nothing. Sears.
No, I can't even say.
Well,
I've never been in Sears.
Sears doesn't
so.
exist anymore. So.
No, I've never been inside of Sears.
Yeah, well, you won't anymore. It's like saying you went to Circuit City. It's all over now. But
I don't even know what that is.
Best Buy before Best Buy.
Really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I know Best Buy.
Yeah, Circuit City. Yeah, Best Buy killed it pretty much. Yeah. So when it comes to, because I know you're a big fan of PlayStation. We always joke. Well, I always joke about he's the reason why Sony owns SpiderMan. He just stopped buying those PlayStations because besides movies and PlayStations, I don't think Sony has anything else right now.
I disagree with that statement, but continue.
What else do they have? What other product are you?
Wait, Sony or PlayStation?
Sony.
Oh, Sony. Yeah, I don't.
What's the big Sony product besides the PlayStation and movies?
I couldn't even tell you that because I don't really know.
No.
So
Because
I thought you meant PlayStation. No, Sony.
No, PlayStation has the PS5 coming out, and there are a few exclusive games, and
yeah, I can't tell you a single Sony product that I own. I don't know about you.
yeah, except for the PlayStation, I can't.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Like Sony, that's what last big product they had was a Walkman. I don't know. So the evolution of games, in your opinion, did you expect it to be as quick? Because it's been a mighty big jump over the past just 2 decades.
I did expect it to grow and eventually take off. I didn't expect it to be this quick. I was expecting it to take off around when the PlayStation 5 would come out, probably around my age now. But these past few years have proven differently. It's come a long way, and I mean, of course, I'm here for it. I love it. This is what I wanted. But no, I did not think it would be here this quick.
How do you feel about the sports side of gaming, like going pro, like the fact that it's considered esports is considered is a real sport now, unlike when I was growing up where it was like, oh, those guys over there playing video games. I guess they don't want to go out and
Right.
work out or do a sport that's more active. But now people knows that it may not be as active, but you're using your brain maybe even more with a video game than you are if you were just playing like a outdoor or more hands-on sport. How do you feel about it, and do you think the growth is something that's going to continue, or do you think this is as far as they'll get?
Yeah, so as far as I feel about it, I feel like it's grown a lot. I feel like it will continue to grow. The famous streamer Ninja was I think he was a cover of ESPN, one of the magazines. We're considered athletes now. Maybe not so physical, but up here, it's instant. We're doing so many different things. So, yeah, I feel really good about it. I feel like we'll continue to grow. Just look at Twitch. All the top streamers have an average of about 500 to like a couple of thousand people watching at a time with like millions of subscribers. So I feel really good about it. Well, I dreamed this. I dreamed about this. So, yeah.
Do you remember on the USA Network when Halo 2, they had like the Halo 2 tournaments?
Yes.
On there? It's just crazy to see how it started there and how everything evolved. I think it's all thanks to online play. Would you agree?
I agree. Online play, the internet. Well, can't have it without the internet, but yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's definitely progressed. If you look at pictures from tournaments back then, and now you have the big Dell windows that's like cream colored.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just amazing to see, man. I'm here for this. I love it.
Have you been to like a physical, not like just online, but have you been to like a real gaming tournament before?
Yes, I have. I actually have a lot of professional gaming friends, and
Nice.
I get invites to different things here and there. It may not be on a grand scale, but I've gone to simple tournaments at I've gone to like arcade tournaments with you for pinball, not gaming, but yeah, the big difference. But I've been invited to a couple of local 4v4s, squad games, more so Call of Duty. But yeah, I'm a big advocate for it. If you can make money off it, go ahead.
I did not respect it at first.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
I wouldn't admit I got
Nobody did.
I got my butt kicked. I said, you know what? I saw this thing on Facebook for $500 grand prize for a Super Smash Brothers tournament.
Yes.
And I did not take Super Smash Brothers serious. And I got knocked off the stage in like 3 seconds. Like as soon as I got Kirby to jump, I was like, "Oh, you can kick him off the stage." And then I was like, "Do I come back?" And I guess on that mode you don't. I was like, "All right, well, that was $20. Because you had to put it in the pot." And I was like, "That's $20 I would not see again."
I think his first mistake was choosing Kirby, but go off, I guess.
I should have definitely chose Link. I should have definitely chose Link.
Everyone chose Link or Ike.
Yeah,
Ike was my favorite.
That's the main reason why I didn't choose him, because I was like, oh, let me give Kirby a try. Like, just eat everybody, and I guess that'll make it'd be so much easier.
Spit him out, hopefully, off the arena.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been the game plan now, but I stayed for the whole tournament. It was a lot of fun. Everybody was just super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I was surprised was it was no trash talk. Like, I thought it would have been at least a little bit, but it was zero trash talk, and everybody had a great time. But like I said, they took it serious. Like,
yeah,
Like
if I can input a little bit about the gaming community,
please.
There has been a lot of talk, and sometimes they're right, but people describe the gaming community as a whole of toxic or violent scumbags that have nothing better to do. When in reality, if you take the time to go and watch some of these, one of my favorite Nick Mercs, every time he goes into a tournament, well, if he does, end up winning over other streamers, he'll tell his chat, "Hey guys, go over there, tell them GGs from the M fam." Just things like that. The gaming community as a whole, yeah, we don't know what we want. We can be toxic sometimes, but majority of the time, it's really nice people who just are just the best. I've seen rivals, go at each other, and at the end they hug it out because that's what you do. Yeah, it's just if you take the time to go, I promise you, gamers are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. Yeah, there's always a bad apple, but that's for everything.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you for
they're really cool.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite video games?
I have a whole list of that, but I'll narrow it down for you. So I fluctuate in my favorites, as you know. So I can't decide between. Well, I can't decide. My top 5, I will say, are the God of War series, specifically the newest one. Can't wait for Thor Ragnarok 2021. Let's go. Sorry, not Thor Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok.
It's okay, but
I'm a big Marvel fan, as you can. Yeah.
Do you just to stop 1 second before you continue with your list? I could tell very quickly, but could you tell the 2 different voice actors?
For Kratos?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's very obvious.
Yeah. Okay. As long as it was, I just didn't want to if you didn't notice, because don't get me wrong, I love the original guy. I can't remember his name. He did it's the guy from Living Singles, not Overton, but the other guy from the show Living Singles.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember either.
Very great actor, very great voice actor. But the new guy, it's just it sounds like old Kratos.
It does. It sounds more fitting.
Yeah,
and he does a great job.
Yes, I can't wait to see how he does in his next time up as the character. But for the rest of your list,
so like I said, I have a lot, but all of them, of course, will be PlayStation exclusives. That's just
he's a PlayStation guy.
PlayStation fan, big Marvel fan, big DC fan as well.
He is a big PlayStation fan. Yes.
I will say God of War and The Last of Us are tied. I can't choose between them. But yeah, God of War, Last of Us, the newest Spider-Man game, of course.
If I could stop you one more time.
Yeah.
Because I continue the list. What do you think about the evolution of Spider-Man games? Because we started with side strollers. We started with side strollers, and then we moved to him swinging on clouds. And then with the still amazing Spider-Man 2 movie game, we finally got to swing on buildings. And now with the latest, how do you feel about how it's translated through the years? I think it's done an amazing job.
Yes, like the games in general, gamers, the community, the sports side of it, it's come such a long way. I remember swinging through clouds. I remember, I think it was when you could take off the Venom suit and you would have to struggle each time. It progressed so well, and to now, the newest Spider-Man, there's another Spider-Man coming out. It's beautiful.
Yes, very much.
Mm-hmm.
To continue with your,
so I had what I'd leave off Spider-Man. After Spider-Man, man, I can't say which one is, because each game has its own unique. I loved. Okay. After Spider-Man, I would say the Horizon Zero Dawn, that series.
I haven't played that yet, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Yes, it is. I love things that are futuristic with a hint of the past in it, and that's pretty much what it was.
I'm trying to think of it. Is that the one with the female character?
Yes.
Okay. Is it true the game's kind of like a fictional Laura Croft, or that's not the way the game's leaning towards?
In a sense, she's not really a treasure hunter.
Okay.
She is, in a sense, yes. I mean, they're both females who go on a quest to sort of right the wrongs of the world, but she's more of a unexpected hero that decides to like it at the last second. I could tell you a whole story about it, but you guys play the game. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing story. But that would be number 5. I have a lot of others, but those are my top favorites.
Nice. Yeah. Like go back to you saying you were a PlayStation guy.
Yes.
I grew up a PlayStation guy, and then I moved on to being an Xbox guy. The reason why is just because I discovered that I really like first-person shooters. And I remember owning Killzone on PlayStation 2.
Yes, Killzone. I remember that.
And Killzone, amazing story. Like, great story.
Great story.
Gameplay, horrible. So the first time I got a chance to play Halo, it was like Bungie took the different approach. Bungie's like, we don't care about story. Let's just make the gameplay amazing. And
what about the story? Gameplay.
We can write books. Gameplay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure as the Halo progressed, they was like, somebody wrote books. Well, good for them. They can write it around this gameplay. But
I give it up to Bungie though. They killed it with Halo.
Yes, and I think 343 is doing a pretty good job. It's hard to keep that nostalgia up, but I think they're doing okay. But my favorite PlayStation game, like I said, PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, I would say my favorite PlayStation game, well, trilogy, was Jak and Daxter.
Oh, that I left that off my list. I'm so sorry, Jak and Daxter. That is above SpiderMan.
Yes, Naughty Dog knocked it out the park. And if anybody ever asks you, they only made 3 in one racing game.
We don't talk about the other one.
We don't. Because they didn't make another one.
They didn't make another one.
It's not a fourth Jak and Daxter game. It's only 1, 2, 3, and then a racing game. That's all they ever made.
Maybe the racing game, if even that.
It's better than that one they tried to make.
For the guys who's confused, just look it up on YouTube. You immediately.
It's so bad. It's a PlayStation 2 game, but it came out after the PlayStation 3 had been out for 5 years. I couldn't finish it. Like, so imagine the PlayStation 3 has been out.
It was a little backwards, yes.
The PlayStation 3 is out for 5 years. You're so used to PlayStation 3 graphics, and out of nowhere, you see this commercial come up while you're watching whatever little cartoon or whatever you're watching. You're just like, oh, they're dropping another. That doesn't look like Daxter at all. Like, what is this? They're doing another Jak and Daxter?
I'm sorry, that's so hilarious. For those of you who've actually played, you'll see why I can't stop laughing. The storyline, if you look at the graphics now, of course at that time we thought, hey, brand new graphics. And I went back and I still have my PlayStation 2, sorry. And I happened to plug it into my now 4K TV. And I really thought, wow, we really thought this was top of the line. Because sorry to say, it looks like some of my Android selfies when I played it. It's just, you guys have to go look for yourself. You'll see what I mean.
I couldn't finish it.
I somehow did.
Do you mind spoiling it for them?
I will gladly spoil it because I hope.
Spoiler warning for a game that's been out for over a decade.
For those of you that might get salty, it's a decade old. Okay.
We're talking about the not real, but real Jak and Daxter: The Last Frontier.
So I'll go ahead. I'll name drop it. I believe it was called. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The Last Frontier.
The Last Frontier. Was it even Jak and Daxter?
Yeah, they put it on.
Jak and Daxter: Last Frontier. Okay.
That's how they tried to trick everybody.
So.
It was like, it's a Jak and Daxter game. Trust us. And it's really not.
It really wasn't because, well, first off, I don't know why they did the racing game. That was kind of
That was still Naughty Dog. The
that was still
fourth
Naughty
one
Dog.
had nothing to do with Naughty Dog.
After that, Naughty Dog left, and for rightly so, because if you look at the fourth one,
It was still on PlayStation 2.
starting off, it was still on PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3 had been out for
5
years. So in a nutshell, the main thing that made Jack unique and made him Jack is the main character. Daxter is his little sidekick. The main thing that made him unique and made him worthwhile playing, he couldn't even do. So he had this ability to tap into this thing called Dark Eco. Eco is the sustenance or the main thing of the universe. Like
It's the steroids.
it's the steroids. Like Super Saiyans and Dragon Ball Z. It's the main thing that keeps it going. So in the Jack and Daxter series, Jack had the ability to turn into this dark warrior. He taps into the dark ego, and it makes him, pretty much invincible. Dark powers. He can throw stuff. He can dark bomb the ground. So for the game to come out and for him to immediately not being able to do that was just a total joke. I'm sorry to say. It starts off with the game fighting off sky pirates, which I was like, oh, I love this. And immediately he tries to turn into Dark Jack. And guess what? You can't do that, buddy. The world is on the brink of collapse. It's unstable. If you do it, you might, I don't know, what is it, cause tears into the fabric of reality? Like, what is this, the Flash? Time travel? No. It was just, I felt like it was, I wouldn't say poorly put together, but
I would say, I understand the reason why I brought this game up, ladies and gentlemen, besides like almost forgetting it for almost a decade, was the fact that I bought this game at full price. I understand this was a PlayStation 2 game that came out with PlayStation 3, and they charged it. The price was $60. Like, I bought this game for $60.
Like, if Badger said I would.
Like, I'm trying to remember the company that made the fourth.
I can't even. See. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, because they won't be hidden. They probably.
I have a great memory, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember the first three amazing. This is like right before the Last of Us. As a matter of fact, they were working. Naughty Dog was working on the first Last of Us when this game came out. They made very sure that they cleared themselves from that fourth one. Naughty Dog did pretty good.
This is the equivalent of Obama showing his. He was joking about his birth certificate. I want to make clear to Fox News that was a joke. Yeah. Naughty Dog, that wasn't us.
Yeah. Sorry. But Naughty Dog had a really good run. Like yes. I've only played one Sly Cooper game, but I've heard that they were very good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game, I enjoyed it to a certain extent. You probably didn't. A lot of people didn't. But like me, that's just me. I love a good story. That's why I like the major story games. That's just me. That's what I like. So I did enjoy it. Not saying I didn't hate it. I did, but it was lessened, just a little bit.
And so since we just got finished talking about trash,
here we go.
Get back on the topic of gaming and how it's fit pop culture. In your opinion, do you believe E3 should still be a thing?
In my opinion, yes. Because people like me, I know I'm not the only one. We don't really. I don't go to E3 events. I don't tune into the live stream. For me, I rely on the top streamers, the fact posters, the informational posters on Instagram. That I rely on them to post the facts that they found at E3. The major things, because I'm not going to sit there and watch all of E3. I just want to look at the good stuff, which is what my people that I follow post. So,
yeah, I'm on the other side. It's just that I don't think E3 should be a thing anymore.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people.
If anybody wants to like take E3, if any of the companies want me to go there, I'll definitely go there.
Me too.
But yeah, exactly. I just don't like the idea of me waiting for something that they could have released like weeks earlier. I just rather like, okay, you have this new game coming out. Like, let me know now. Don't
Trailers for the trailer.
Yeah, yeah. I hate that with a passion. I hate a 10-second trailer for the trailer because
I actually like it.
I do not, and you know it's a trailer because you think it's a real trailer until you see that 10 seconds.
13 seconds.
Yeah, it's like, what? Oh no, they got me. I don't want to see Kratos' foot, and now, oh man, they're coming out with another.
He don't even wear sandals. He don't even wear shoes. I don't want to see that.
I don't.
No, for me, I kind of like it. I like being on edge. I like the suspense it builds up. Like, ooh, what are they gonna do next? What are they gonna show off next? I like that. That's just me. Most people they want the instant. You know, I want to see it now. I want to look at the whole thing so I can know if I want to buy it. I like what they try to do. They try to sell you a story. They try to sell you whatever it is the game is about. I like that. So that's just me.
While we're talking about gaming news, I love the fact that, like, just like regular news, I guess, in a sense, everything has evolved. I grew up with G4. Do you remember G4?
Vaguely, yes.
I would say G4 had to walk so IGN could run.
I 100% agree. Yes.
They're trying to bring G4 back with Olivia Munn, but I think it's just too late. Like, I think just the way we pick up information now is just to have a regular cable TV show, it would just take too long. It's better just to use the platforms that we have now where everything is just quickly pick up. Unless, like, maybe Netflix was to do it and just cover everything of the past week. I don't see that could possibly work just on, like, cable itself.
I don't either. I think we have too many blockbusters now, like IGN, Games Radar. I follow them on Facebook. I think something called GameSpot too. GameStop. Do
you think GameStop survives in a decade?
Honestly, I really don't know because they're already. I think a couple of them already closed down, and I don't know. Did they file for bankruptcy? I can't remember.
They should have filed for bankruptcy. GameStop should have not filed for bankruptcy because they got my good PlayStation 2 back in the day. They gave me $35 for a good PlayStation 2 so I could get an Xbox 360. It was a great and good condition.
Oh, no.
Okay. They gave me $35 so I get an Xbox 360.
Look.
I still ain't forgot that. I was sitting there. I was like, I ain't worked for this money. And in my mind, this PlayStation 2 was going to at least get me a game for the Xbox 360.
No,
like,
not even the game.
They were like $35. I was like, you talking to the person behind me? Cause I'm talking like a used car salesman. It still plays video games, DVDs.
It still runs smoothly.
Plays DVDs,
no
video
issues.
Games. Doesn't overheat. We didn't even know what overheating was then. We just
look, GameStop. That's how they made their money. They couldn't. I don't blame them, but at the same time, I was the one that when I made the switch from Xbox to PlayStation, I took all my games with me. I even tried to trade in my Kinect. I ended up selling it to like a friend for even cheaper because I told my mom to take all 35 of my games and the Kinect and take it to GameStop and see what they can give me. Now, mind you, I didn't pay for these games, but they're all brand new. I remember my mom calling me, and she was just so confused, and I was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "Well, I remember buying all these games for you, full priced." I was like, "Okay, so what happened?" They tried to give me $10, and I immediately busted out laughing. I was like, "Huh?" And that is when I learned all about GameStop. She paid, I think, the full $60 for 35 games. And they offered her a crisp $10 bill. She took it. She did take it.
to get it out the house. Yes.
Get it out the house, yeah. She did take it, but she was very upset.
And that's why I thank you so much. I am officially a PC gamer since last month.
PC Gamers Unite?
You definitely got me into it. And it's good to know just like I don't have to... I go to GameStop just to buy shirts.
Pretty much.
That's all
Pretty
I do.
much.
I stop in there to get a shirt.
Maybe a collectible or two.
Yeah, but that's it. and I don't miss that experience at all. Like Steam,
I don't think anybody does.
I don't miss that experience of like picking up cases. Like I'm fully like streaming just digital now. I have Xbox Game Pass, so they still have PC games. So for $5 a month, I have like 100 games to play.
It's a very good service.
Yes,
I recommend getting it.
Which I could never imagine when I was a kid that like I would pay $5 a month and I have 100 games to play. Like I couldn't fathom that. Like I remember in 2010 when I was 18, Netflix had just became a thing, and I was just like, wow, for $10 I'm watching all. Well, it's like $8 then. I'm watching all these shows, but I never translated to like, oh, they could probably do this with video games. But kids nowadays, they'll never know how privileged they are. Right
They
now.
won't.
Like, sound like a straight up boomer over here.
I'm 23 and I'm saying that it's because it's true.
Yes. Before you go, I wanted to ask, when it comes to online versus story-based games, do you think that there's going to be a great mixture, or do you think there'll always be two separate things?
Well, as far as the mixture, I do think they do mix well. I think that's what makes it a well-balanced game. And you said, what's the second thing?
That was pretty much. Do you think as single player and multiplayer, do you think they'll ever have a good mix, or do you think they'll be better off separate?
Oh, better off separate. So as far as better off separately, I do think they do depend on each other. You can sell a single player game without a multiplayer. Last of Us, God of War, all of those blockbuster games. But the only drawback when you do that is people will immediately, it will face a backlash. They will say, I want multiplayer. I don't like this. I want more. So it's like, darned if you do, darned if you don't. I do think they need each other, though. That's what makes it well balanced. That's what GTA now is sold almost millions and millions of copies. Call of Duty, when you think of the top games, it's the games that have a good story and a good multiplayer.
I think that's a perfect example of what you said with Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Grand Theft Auto came out, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I want to say 2013, and it's still selling.
The
like
one of the top games selling, viewed, anything.
Like 2000, and it wouldn't have done it if it wasn't online.
No.
So you're right. Yeah.
No. And the online system, I will say it was trash. It was trash when it first came out.
Oh, okay. Well, I say right now.
No, I love it right now. It was, I wouldn't say trash though.
Like, Bethesda trash?
A little bit.
It was like, it was on file. It was like Fallout 76 level.
Let me tell you about Fallout 76.
Yeah, that was my fault on that one. I literally take the blame
this
for
man.
that. Because I am a humongous Fallout fan. Like Fallout.
I am too.
Fallout is my favorite game series. Like,
tell me what happened, Michael.
Oh man! All right, I'm gonna tell it from my point of view. From my point of view, I was lied to, just like every other Fallout fan. That Fallout 76 was ready, but after being a big Fallout 4, a big Fallout fan in general, I knew.
No.
I knew from past experience that they don't ever drop a game that's fully ready. Not
Maybe
even
except
online.
for 4. I love 4.
Well, buddy, you didn't buy 4 before they fixed the bugs. You didn't buy New Vegas before they fixed the bugs.
You recommended me to 4
yes,
when it was completed. That's right. And I loved
all
it.
the DLCs. Well, when you got it.
But I loved it.
But I should have known when Fallout, just knowing Bethesda, like, they're going to have bugs. And if it's like online, then they're going to have bugs. And you bought it right before I could. And guys, when I say I got a phone call from this man, it was no cursing. It was just a whole bunch of just, hey, man, I think something's up, man. I keep getting stuck in walls. I came over, I played it. And do you remember what I said the moment I played it? Do you remember exactly what I said?
I don't know. I was too busy being upset about the game.
I was so. It's funny now.
I wanted him to specifically hang out with me just to see the game that he recommended. Take a look at this, Michael. Just take a good look at this.
I feel like a horrible friend.
No, I mean you didn't know. You didn't know.
But I remember the exact words. I was playing and I got stuck in the grass and I turned to Raphael and I was like, hey man, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm about to get it. I think I'm gonna pass this one up, buddy. Thank you for letting me come over. You got 7-day period. You can take the game back. Just say it never worked.
Oh my God.
Don't lie about games, but you got 7
it wasn't
days.
funny at the time, but I laugh about it now because
I definitely did turn and be like, oh man, I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Like 5 minutes into the game, I could tell his excitement had just dwindled, and then he hit the grass.
Yeah, I thought you was just because you didn't make it sound like it was a bad game. You made it sound like you didn't know how to like level up or anything. And I was like, man, I can show him how to level up, and there was no leveling up. I was told that it's better now, like they fixed the patches and stuff.
But I feel like for me as well as others, because it was so bad when we first got it, we're not gonna go back.
Oh, I know it's bad because it's on Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass has a lot of great, amazing games, but for that to be like just an online multiplayer game and it's on Xbox Game Pass, it lets me know that it may still need a little bit more work to go. But I am a big Fallout fan.
Me as well. My main issue was the traveling. You couldn't fast travel.
Yes.
You had to walk.
Well, I guess since it was online, yeah, I guess. Have you played the Outer Worlds?
I believe you showed me that game. Yes.
It's a real good. It's from the people that made Fallout New Vegas. That
Okay.
wasn't Bethesda. That was Obsidian. And
I like Obsidian.
Microsoft bought them also. They're playing Monopoly right now.
They're playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Chess, not checkers.
Do you remember the Pokemon Go?
I do, yes. I played it, yes.
Do you remember just so much money went into the Pokemon company? And people were like, no, it's a Nintendo company. It was like, no, Pokemon owns Pokemon. I guess a lot of people bought stock in Nintendo at that time period. And then they were like, why isn't my stock growing? It was like, well, believe it or not, Nintendo doesn't own Pokemon.
Pokemon Go was the craze, yeah.
What do you think about mobile games, like games meant just for phones? Do you think they have a long-lasting purpose, or do you think that they're just something that you do from time to time?
So for me, I think it's more of a from time to time when you're bored. Obviously, gaming now is meant to be on consoles or on a keyboard. I feel like as people get older, they'll just rather get a console. Because I used to be the kid with like so many games on my phones. And it's just not the same, trying to move and shoot or pick up stuff. I think for me, it's more of a thing to do when I'm bored. But like, I'm sure you heard of Among Us.
Yep.
I have that on my phone. So if I'm at work and I'm not busy, I'll crank out a few games.
Yeah, I gotta check that game out. But you're right about phones, because I try to play Fortnite on my phone. And it just
I try to do that too. I try to play Call of Duty on my phone. There's people that professionally play on their phones. And I'm like, bro, I can't even shoot and walk at the same time.
Do you remember?
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I know you're old enough to remember this, but you're old enough to remember. You remember when every great game had to come out on a portable system and it was no longer a great game? I remember Call of Duty on the Game Boy SP. And it was like, this is not the game. This is not the same game that's on the PlayStation 2.
No.
Like
I remember it because I had a Game Boy. I had a lot of game systems, so.
Yeah. I think Game Boy SP was still my favorite just because it was so easy to fit in my pocket. And it was, if I wanted to take it to school, I take it to school.
Was this the one that flips or the straight rectangle?
Straight rectangle.
Okay.
It's like flip phone. I actually had a PSP, which was horrible.
I never had it, and I wish I did.
It was so horrible.
I wish I did.
I don't know why I thought those little discs were so cool.
Because it was unheard of.
Yes.
That's why.
But it was a little mini system. I was like, this is... Because, with the Game Boy, you get, if you sat on them, not talking about the DS, but if you sat on like the bigger Game Boy Advance little cartridge, like they'd be fine. But if you sat on that PSP CD, it was crack. I found out later on they made like 2 more versions before they ended it because PlayStation was like, you know what, this was stupid. The last one was straight digital, but I guess at that point they was like, yeah, we're losing too much money.
Might as well make a console. Yeah. I don't think I ever actually played a game I don't think I ever actually touched a PSP. I definitely looked at it and I watched my friends play, but I had the Game Boy and my sister had the DS. So
nice. When it comes to gaming, it's entering more into VR. Are you excited for VR, or do you think that's going to be another like Connect thing where it's just a gimmick and then they get rid of it, or like the Wii? Like, is it more of a gimmick, or do you think VR will become this is what you have to play video games?
So for me, I don't think it's me personally. I've never actually played a VR game. I just thought the price tag on it was a little too much, and then of course there's not as many. Now I will say, when it does take off and there's more games for it, I probably will get it. But I'm just not a fan because I haven't really played it. I don't. I don't know. Because I haven't really experienced it, so I can't really say. It doesn't feel like a gimmick because I love the Connect. I really did. I would play so many games and I would happily be sore. I had this one fighting game. I would play it every day, and if I can do that again, then I probably will get the VR. I just have to experience it, which I have not yet. So I don't know.
Only game I can remember on Connect is the bowling game.
The bowling game. Connect Adventures. I remember it very clearly. Connect Adventures.
Go back to VR.
Yep.
I've been to a VR arcade, and I think that works perfect. But I can't. I just don't think it would feel comfortable to have it in my home.
Yeah, it probably takes up a lot of space from what I'm seeing. I would definitely go to specific places like you just said, but as far as in my home, I don't think so. Not for right now. Not for right now. It's definitely interesting though.
Yeah. So thank you, man, for coming on to talk about how video games have affected pop culture. I hope to have you back on.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we can do a few video game reviews if you have time later in the future.
I am down.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
No. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed, and more to come.
All right. This is the PoppinCulture podcast. Thank you guys for listening.
Peace.